Ja. Zo.
Deep in these woods exists a beast, a demon, a myth, who is the foundation for one of the most well-known traditions in Europe. Today, we take a closer look at his presence in the modern society. The darkness of the night has disappeared, and the forest slowly wakes up. The average Austrian winter night is well known to be ice cold and is responsible for dew on the leaves. Bugs crawl out of their hiding places, scavenging for anything to consume that keeps their little bodies alive. Little birds, such as the Eurasian or great tit, whistle their songs, which echo entirely throughout the forest. Meanwhile, the water consistently flows the exact same speed, navigating its way through the forest. It leads the way and halts at a hidden cave, which is a regular haunt of the beast. From a long distance, one eye can catch sight of the Alps. The place is inhabited by a lot of animals, such as eagles, but also wolves and bears. Some of the most dangerous ones that inhabit that area, but there is one that remains at the top of the food chain. He is also present in this little forest. In broad daylight, he is nowhere to be found. The small animals keep their peace and go by their daily routine without any threat of danger. However, when the sun fades away, the roaring animal can be heard and all animal life disappears in an instant. Between all this beautiful nature lies a lively city known as Salzburg. The population counts more than 150,000 citizens. At this hour of the day, the city is crowded and alive. The civilians follow their daily routines, while tourists walk the streets. Usually, they get attracted by the architecture, Mozart, or the chocolate. But today, there is a different event. Around the holidays, the city's residence place is decorated as a Christmas market, filled with stalls and ambient lighting. This is the place where everything happens tonight. The day is coming to an end, and a new creature slowly reveals itself. The atmosphere of the Salzburg forest grows darker each minute, and the society of nature creeps in their holes, or rests on the branches of trees, preferably as high as possible. To spot Krampus in person is a hard task for humanity. Everything between a range of 100 square metres will immediately be sensed by this beast. But occasionally, Krampus mistakenly drops his guard and can be spotted to those who are able to hold their breaths for as long as necessary. This shot, for instance, was made with a 400mm lens. But this night the demon's focus won't be on his guard, for there is something greater that grabs his attention. After a hard day of work, the humans gather to celebrate one of their biggest yearly festivals, the Krampus Walk. Within the span of minutes, thousands have crowded the square that holds the stage for the replicas of the demons and their bosses, St. Niklaus. Meanwhile, our subject has its eyes pointed at a tradition that makes him feel like a joke. The tradition goes as follows. For a good 30 minutes, actors dressed up as Krampus walk around, pull silly faces and hit people with their small whips. They take selfies, and eventually leave the parade. The route across the market is made multiple times, so everyone will have witnessed it. But it hasn't always been like this. Since the 11th century, St. Niklaus has been widely celebrated in Europe. In the beginning, he was assisted by men masked as the devil. It wasn't until nearly 400 years ago that they stole the identity of this creature like Krampus. Back then, these masked men were identical to him. They were fearless and a threat to society. But over time, the identity got softer and softer and softer until children felt safe enough to sleep in their own beds. The creepy pursuits on the streets turned into accessible parades for everyone, including the women. While the beast has been tamed enough to stand in line and wait for their time to shine, it has become the men who are off the leash and create a troubling sphere. Thousands of attendants push and pull their way into the crowd just to witness paid actors dance and pose in front of their flashlights. So while the chaos from the helpers itself has vanished, the uneasiness around the festival remains. The real Krampus just stands and observes the mere tragedy that his identity has become. He knows, just as well as us, that the world has changed. We live in a postmodern world in which it is hard to please all human beings. Even folklore festivities become commercially attractive. There is no place for a devil to traumatize the children for years. Instead, he lives off their joy and investment in souvenirs. The Krampus knows that to stay alive or relevant, he has to give in to change in the form of capitalism. But even if a devil won't resist change, then why do some humans tend to do it? Is it actual racism, or is it yearning for nostalgia?